world is full of creatures with astounding abilities. They can walk on water, change their appearance in the blink of an eye, or crush bone in a single bite. But head to head, who are the champs? We scour the globe to find the strongest, the most toxic, the craftiest, the masters of disguise, and the greatest escape artists. In the animal world, it can take a superpower just to make it through the day. Creatures with astonishing powers surround us. Whether for attack, defense, or to find a mate, many species have abilities that defy the imagination. Millions of years of evolution have put them to the test. But who now reigns supreme in the battles of life and death? Using science, we pit animal superheroes head to head to find out who comes out on top. So, let's meet the contenders. Round 1, super strength. Strength is one of the keys to survival. But which animal takes the title for being nature's muscle man? We've traveled the Earth, testing contenders from the front runners to the underdogs. In this corner, confidently swimming its way through the rivers of Africa, is our first contender, the Nile crocodile. This bulked-up brute is an obvious crowd pleaser. At over 15 feet long and tipping the scales at almost 1,000 pounds, this reptile is the odds-on favorite. Supremely adapted to their environment, Nile crocs have been around virtually unchanged since the age of the dinosaurs. They haven't had to change. Nothing dares take them on. Because their smile hides a deadly superpower, and it's about to be revealed. A migrating herd of thirsty wildebeest drinks nervously at the riverbank. They're right to be cautious. Well hidden in the murky waters, Nile crocs lie in wait. They're ambush predators and can sneak up on their targets completely unnoticed. But it's time to put their superpower into action. A bone-crushing bite. The croc chomps down with a force of 3,500 pounds. And it's not letting go. "68 sharp interlocking teeth are embedded in the jaw. These are combined with powerful jaw-closing muscles called the pterygoideus. When the croc bites, a second joint allows them to clamp down extra hard and stabilizes the jaw, stopping it from twisting or slipping. The resulting bite is 16 times more powerful than a lion's. But it's not the bite itself that kills. The croc uses its vice-like grip to drown its prey. Once bitten, the wildebeest doesn't stand a chance. Unfortunately for crocs, they can't chew. So they use their powerful jaws for one more gruesome act: the death roll. Their super jaws hold tight while they spin their bodies, creating such incredible torque and shearing power, more than 225-pound force, that they literally rip their victim to pieces. Big, powerful, and imposing. All the traits of a heavyweight favorite in the strength competition. Is there any other animal we dare put up against a croc? Perhaps, if we consider strength relative to size. Hailing from the forests of Peru, contestant number 2, the leaf cutter ant. At just over half an inch long, they're the underdog. These tiny critters live in massive colonies, with up to 10 million of their nearest and dearest. But don't be fooled by their diminutive stature. Leafcutter ants are the muscle men of the insect world. It's morning, and these hard-working ants are heading out into the jungle in search of leaves. Strong jaws, vibrating at 1,000 times per second, cut the leaves into precise pieces, each piece as wide as the ant's own leg span. These are the champion heavy lifters of the insect world, carrying 50 times their own body weight. That's the equivalent of a human bench pressing an SUV. The secret to their incredible strength is their exoskeleton, which does the work of supporting their body frame so their muscles inside are freed up for heavy lifting. But after all their power lifting and hauling the leaves back to the colony, the ants don't actually eat the leaves. Instead, they use them to feed a subterranean fungus garden, growing within their nest. These hefty brutes are actually farmers growing fungus to eat. Each year, a single colony can harvest more than 800 pounds of leaves, fruits, and seeds. That's roughly the weight of a horse. All to fertilize their fungus garden. But while the leafcutter ant struts about flexing its muscles, and the croc impresses with its powerful bite, is there any other contender that might give them both a run for their money? Scouting for fresh new prospects in the warm waters of the Indian Ocean, we discover our last contender in the strength category, the mantis shrimp. First impressions are dubious. It's just 4 inches long and weighs less than 2 ounces, the same as a candy bar. This colourful, googly-eyed character doesn't quite leave you shaking in your boots. The pint-sized predator is definitely a long shot. So why is this comical-looking creature even a contender against the thunderous power of the Nile crocodile and the extraordinary strength relative to its size of a leafcutter ant? Well, looks can be deceiving. This shrimp is not really a shrimp at all. This evolutionary maverick diverged from other crustaceans and formed its own group more than 300 million years ago, making the 200-million-year-old Nile croc look like the newcomer. The mantis shrimps have been hunting crabs successfully ever since. A crab unwittingly walks into the mantis shrimp's territory. It is quickly spotted. The mantis shrimp has hexnocular vision, which means it has 6 pupils, 3 in each eye. Each eye scours its surroundings independently, giving a huge field of view. And while humans normally have 3 color receptors, the mantis shrimp has a whopping 12, allowing it to detect a greater range of color than almost any other creature on Earth. All combined, it makes for the most complex eyes in the animal kingdom. But while it certainly has supervision, we're here to assess super strength. The mantis shrimp makes its approach. It must get within striking distance of the crab. It unleashes a power punch. The blow comes out of nowhere. Folded club-like appendages, growing from the side of its mouth, extend with the acceleration of a .22 caliber bullet. So how does this work? Let's take a closer look. The clubs are spring-loaded, like a crossbow. When the mantis shrimp tucks them in under its head, they lock in place with a latch. One muscle compresses the spring, while another locks the latch in place. The result is enormous potential energy. When the shrimp's ready to attack, relaxing the muscles releases the latch, and out fly the clubs. They shoot out through the water at 50 miles per hour, with more than 330 pounds of force. That's 2,500 times the shrimp's own weight. Thanks to its spring-loaded clubs, the mantis shrimp is much stronger than if it had to rely on muscle power alone. So when it comes to packing a powerful punch, it's a knockout. Incredibly, high-speed film reveals that the mantis shrimp's strike is so fast, it actually changes its environment. Like a tiny explosion, as the club rushes towards its target, it lowers the pressure in the surrounding water, causing it to boil. The bubbles of steam then collapse when the water pressure returns to normal. This releases huge amounts of destructive energy, in addition to the punch itself. No wonder they can smash their victims to pieces in just the blink of an eye. Typically, a single punch will do the trick. Just ask the crab. So, we have 3 impressive strengths. The Nile croc's ferocious bite, the leafcutter ant's superhuman lift, and the mantis shrimp's knockout punch. So which is the champion? It has to be the mantis shrimp. With lightning speed and powerful force, taking out creatures many times its size, it clobbers the competition. In the battle to survive, there are many ways to win the fight. While strength may be flamboyant, there are other, more subtle ways to come out on top, such as poison. Superpowers round 2, most toxic. This is a power that strikes silently and unseen. There are a staggering number of animals wielding poison in nature. Whether it's poison to wage warfare or for defense, able to kill with barely a touch. So which can claim to be the deadliest creature on Earth? Our first contestant lives on the floor of the Amazon rainforest. This tiny species of frog is smaller than a thumbnail. When you're this small, virtually every predator in the jungle is out to eat you. You need a way to fight back. So these frogs have evolved an ingenious way of defending themselves. And it starts with dinner. The frog's superpower lies in what it eats. It has a taste for insects, ants, termites, and beetles. As it digests them, it absorbs poisons, highly toxic alkaloids that the bugs pick up from the plants they consume. With more than 100 species of poisonous plants in the rainforest, there's quite a supply. Because amphibian skin is porous, the toxins seep out of the frog, making its skin lethal to the touch. Native hunters carefully coat their arrowheads with this poison, which is how this toxic tot got its name, the poison dart frog. It's more than 1,000 times more toxic than cyanide. Just as well it's immune to its own poison. This chemical weaponry kills with frightening efficiency. Less than 1/1,000,000th of an ounce of poison will kill a person in 3 minutes. The toxins are absorbed through the skin into the bloodstream, attacking the heart and nervous system. This prevents nerve signals from traveling to and from the brain, causing paralysis and death. But the poison dart frog's venom is only for defense, to avoid its own death or injury. So it sports bright colors that send a clear message to would-be attackers. Stay away. While the poison dart frog advertises its toxicity, one of its neighbors prefers to hide its deadly intentions. Our next contender is a natural-born killer who stalks his victims at night, the Brazilian wandering spider. As the sun sets, it's already licking its chops. It heads out to hunt, creeping through the undergrowth in search of unsuspecting prey. Nearly 6 inches across, leg to leg, it's the stuff of nightmares. This spider doesn't have a web. It stalks its dinner instead. Its powerful body and legs are covered in dense hair. Each hair is a sensor, able to pick up even the tiniest vibrations. A hapless cricket wanders too close. It'll make an appetizing midnight feast. Unlike the poison dart frog, the spider uses its superpowered poison for attack, not defense, and it doesn't give warnings. It has one of the most venomous bites in the world. It injects venom through its fangs that contains a deadly neurotoxin called PHTX3. It immediately wreaks havoc on the victim's nervous system, causing loss of muscle control and difficulty breathing. Ultimately, death occurs in minutes. But the spider doesn't wait, devouring the cricket alive. Brazilian wandering spiders' toxic bite and habit of rearing their front legs to show their fangs has earned them a reputation for being highly aggressive. They're twice as potent as the notorious black widow spider and bite hundreds of people every year. Luckily, an effective antivenom has been developed, so deaths are rare. So, we've got the deadliest frog defending with poison and an aggressive venomous spider going on the attack. But what poisonous roundup would be complete without a snake? This is a fer de lance, a 6-foot-long cold-blooded killer that seeks out its prey using a combination of heat and smell. It flicks its tongue to taste the air. And this snake smells something appealing. Baby rats, Pink, hairless, and wriggling. An easy target. The mother has gone to look for food, leaving the babies defenseless. The fer de lance strikes with a super-powered poison that, in this case, is a bit of an overkill. It injects its highly toxic venom through inch-long fangs. Unlike the Brazilian wandering spider, whose venom causes cardiac arrest, the fer de lance's venom contains a hemotoxin. This causes severe swelling, blistering, and vomiting, and breaks the body down from the inside. But before its prey is even dead, the snake will swallow it whole. Less than a teaspoonful will kill a human, making it a super-powered predator indeed. So at the end of this round, competing for the title of most toxic, we have the poison dart frog, warning all to stay away. The Brazilian wandering spider, hunting under cover of darkness. And the fer de lance, a hitman with a fatal reputation. Which of these killers takes the crown? The winner, with the quickest, most deadly poison and no known antidote, is the poison dart frog. So deadly, it can kill with a simple touch. For animals that aren't equipped with a powerful punch or poison, survival might depend on the simplest strategy. Hide. This is a superpower we humans often desire, the cloak of invisibility. Round 3. Master of Disguise. We pit 3 champions of concealment against each other to find out who takes the title of Best Camouflage Artist. In the forests of Indonesia lives our first competitor, a predator that hides in plain sight. The bright colors and scent of an orchid lure in a fly, but it's a fatal attraction. An orchid mantis is masquerading nearby. By swaying back and forth, the mantis mimics the movement of a flower in the wind, while tracking its unwitting victim. It will attack anything up to half its own body size. Its 2 front legs are deadly weapons, equipped with rows of sharp spikes, ready to grab and spear its prey. The unfortunate victim is walking into a death trap. The mantis lashes out with its front legs at unbelievable speed, 1/20th of a second. Twice as fast as the blink of a human eye. Once ensnared, mandibles slice through the victim, which is eaten alive, bit by bit, including every last leg. Thanks to the mantis's brilliant camouflage, the fly never saw it coming. The orchid mantis is surely one of the great masters of disguise. Far from the tropical forests of Indonesia, in the cold waters of the Atlantic Ocean, another con artist has evolved an incredible way to blend seamlessly into its surroundings. Underwater, there are predators everywhere. If your entire body is a delicious piece of protein-packed muscle, then everyone is looking to eat you. Our next contender has found a mesmerizing way to elude its captors. the common octopus. But this is no common invertebrate. The octopus is one of the most intelligent of all invertebrates, able to solve puzzles, use tools, and even open jars. It relies on this cunning to survive. Sharks and rays are a constant threat for the octopus. Most of the time it hides, but here it's come out into the open in search of food. Its hunt for a crab leads it across the open sand. It's exposed and vulnerable, but this is the Houdini of the underwater world. Unlike our first contender, the orchid mantis, who has just one disguise, the octopus can blend into virtually any background. It evaluates its surroundings and then expands or contracts the millions of pigment cells in its skin. These pigment cells are usually red, yellow, or brown, the best colors to blend in at the depths the octopus lives and hunts. It can vary these colors to create different patterns. An additional layer of cells reflects back light of different wavelengths, allowing it to create shades of blue as well. Using this incredible technique, the octopus can change both its color and texture to instantly match its environment. They also use their flashy displays to communicate with each other. Growing darker usually signals aggression, while turning paler signals submission. What else could compete against the octopus with its dazzling cloak of disguise? More than 200 species of chameleon are found across Africa, Asia, and Europe. They're famous for their color changes, almost synonymous with camouflage. But how does this incredible reptile blend into its surroundings so easily? The secret lies in how light reflects off their skin. Chameleon skin has a layer of cells that contain crystals. Altering the alignment of the crystals alters the wavelength of light they reflect. This can lead to a color change in a matter of minutes. If the crystals move farther apart, they reflect longer wavelengths like yellow or red. Closer, and they reflect blues and greens. The pattern of the crystal's alignment also affects which color they reflect. In this way, chameleons are capable of producing a dazzling array of colors, choosing to either stand out or to blend into the background. When hunting for insects, it's best to hide. Its dappled skin is hard to spot amongst the foliage. But this ability to change color is also used to communicate with other chameleons. Scientists believe they may even switch color to suit their mood. So which of our three contestants is king of camouflage? The orchid mantis, luring its victims with its deadly disguise? The rapid-fire color-changing common octopus? Or the chameleon, altering its color to suit the occasion? And the verdict? It's got to be the precision-mimicking, quick-changing octopus who lands the title of Master of Disguise. As we explore the superpowers of the natural world, we've seen a shrimp that packs the most powerful punch. A frog that can kill with its touch. And an octopus with an invisibility cloak. Which brings us to round 4. The greatest escape artist. Who is the favourite to make the most impressive getaway? The first contender is one of the most common reptiles on Earth, found on every continent except Antarctica. The gecko. These small lizards, around 5 inches long, have soft, unarmoured skin and feed mainly on insects. They may look like an easy snack themselves, but if threatened by a predator, these bite-sized lizards can make an amazing escape. They can sprint straight up sheer vertical surfaces. This superpower rests on the soles of their feet. Tiny hair-like protrusions called setae create an electromagnetic attraction which sticks the foot to the vertical surface. By changing the angle at which the setae meet the surface, the weak molecular bond is instantly broken, allowing the gecko to release its foot and move up the tree. Each toe has up to 325,000 setae, which collectively generate enough holding power across the 4 feet to support the weight of 2 people. The fastest species of gecko can run vertically at up to 10 feet per second. They can make a getaway across any surface, however slippery, even glass. While the gecko makes Spider-Man look like an amateur, our next contender has taken escape to biblical proportions. Nicknamed the Jesus Christ lizard, the basilisk of Central and South America lives near rivers and streams in the rainforest. This omnivore eats plants, insects, and small vertebrates. The basilisk's #1 form of defense is camouflage, staying still and blending into its surroundings. It's often found near streams, and when threatened, it uses the water to make good its escape. But this disappearing act will take you by surprise. It can run on water. Like the gecko, the secret to this superpower lies in the biomechanics of its feet. With each step, long toes quickly unfurl to meet the water, trapping air underneath. As the foot strokes downward, it creates an indentation in the surface of the water, but doesn't penetrate. By moving quickly, the lizard pushes against the surface tension of the water, which prevents it from sinking. Basilisks can run across water at 5 feet per second. That's fast enough to evade capture by even the speediest of predators. It rapidly bicycles its hind legs, with its tail acting as a counterweight, and never sinks deeper than a couple of inches. For a human to run on water, we'd need to run at 67 miles per hour, more than twice as fast as Olympic sprinters. When the basilisk stops running, it sinks, but not for long, as this lizard can also swim. But how does an animal escape when there's no water to run across, no trees to climb, and the environment itself can cause deadly exposure? What's an escape artist to do with no clear escape route in sight? Our final contender lives here, the deserts of North Africa, where simply spending too much time in the sun can be fatal. This fish is definitely out of water. This slender and strangely proportioned creature, known as a sandfish, may be called a fish, but it's actually another lizard. While many desert dwellers are nocturnal, the sandfish is one of the few that's often out in the day, hunting for insects. Just 8 inches long, with short, stubby legs, there's no way it can sprint across the sand to evade any potential predators. Instead, it has a very different escape plan. It swims through the sand like a fish. The sandfish's bullet-shaped head allows it to dive into the sand. Its streamlined body, covered with smooth scales, moves smoothly through the soft sand as it wriggles from side to side. Waves of muscle contraction start at the head and move in sequence down the body. It can swim through 1 foot per second. Although this lizard spends most of its time swimming in sand, it doesn't inhale a single grain. It exhales forcefully to expel any sand from its nostrils, just like a swimmer in a pool. And when it inhales, it slows the air so that the sand becomes trapped in a sticky mucus, allowing it to breathe easy as it swims through the sand. So at the end of round 3, which animal is nature's great Houdini? The gecko speeds straight up vertical inclines. The basilisk darts across the surface of water. And the sandfish dives under sand and swims to safety. This one's a tough call. But for the ability to walk on water, the basilisk must surely be the winner. But if you're not the strongest, the most poisonous, the champion of camouflage, or the best escape artist, it might be time to build yourself a fortress. A place to retreat to when the going gets tough. Round 5. Who's the master builder? We've traveled across the continents, searching high and low, creatures great and small, to narrow down our contestants. Some of the natural world's greatest architects and engineers are its smallest creatures. Our first contender in the construction category is the pint-sized South African termite. At just 1/5 of an inch long, they're tiny and they're blind. Individually, a little termite doesn't seem like much of a competitor. But termites are social insects, gathering together in colonies of millions. And when they get together, they like to do one thing: build. The castles built by South African termites are the tallest non-human-built structures on land. And these mansions are built to last. The oldest is believed to be standing for over 2,000 years. The termites fill their mouths with moist soil to create round bricks of mud, then mix them with saliva, which acts like cement. They then carry these minute round bricks to the construction site. Row upon row, they add new material around the edge of the mound, then remodel the tunnel network inside to maintain access to the outside. Though the termite's home is made mostly of soil and saliva, it can be as hard as rock. A mound can stand up to 16 feet high. That's like humans building the Statue of Liberty with nothing but our bare hands. Within these architectural marvels are winding tunnels and hidden chambers, ventilated by air shafts. Termites are the first inventors of air conditioning. Hot air, blowing in from the outside, forces cooler air in the chimneys down, which ventilates the entire mound. No matter what the temperature is outside, inside, the termite mound maintains a steady 86 degrees Fahrenheit, day and night. Safely underground, below the termites' high-rise, is a large oval nest, the queen's abode. She's an egg-producing factory, laying 30,000 eggs in a single day. Attending to her are millions of workers who feed and groom her. Each can live for up to 2 years, and the queen herself can survive for decades. Individual termites may take rests, but the colony never sleeps. There's always someone working the night shift. Working as a team, these amazing insects can move more than 1/4 of a ton of soil in a year. They're hardy survivors, each living for up to 2 years, but their impenetrable fortresses will stand for centuries to come. While termites rely on their industrious teamwork to move miniature mountains, others must do the heavy lifting alone. Hailing from the wetlands of England, we have the European beaver. The beaver's webbed feet, waterproof fur, and a paddle-like tail make it well-equipped for its watery world. These two beavers are preparing to build a dam in which they'll create a home, their lodge. First, they must collect branches to block their river. Water will build up behind the dam, creating a deep pond. Protected by this moat, they can keep their food supply of leaves and shoots fresh inside the lodge, and their young safe from predators. To be able to gnaw through hard wood, beavers have powerful lower jaw muscles. But their true superpower lies in their front teeth. A rust-colored coating of iron on the front of the beaver's incisors makes them extremely tough. But the inner surface of the teeth is a softer dentine, lacking in iron, which wears down more quickly. Because of this, the teeth become sharpened into a wedge-shaped blade, longer in the front, perfect for chopping down wood. Beavers can live up to 10 years in the wild, and incredibly, their teeth continue to grow throughout their lives. They're industrious builders, carrying mud and stones with their forepaws and timber between their teeth. Beavers are the engineers of the forest, constantly reshaping their environment and creating new wetlands. The largest ever beaver dam was measured at 1/2 mile wide, twice the width of the Hoover Dam. But our final competitor takes construction to new heights. Literally. These nests are built by the male Rupel's weaver bird, our last contestant. It's summer in Saudi Arabia, the mating season, and this male's developed bright yellow plumage to stand out in a crowd. But his fashion statement isn't what makes him attractive to the females. He's a builder, one of the best in nature, famous for his intricately woven nests. Male weaver birds are master stitchers. They weave together long streams of grass to first create a hoop. They're the only birds known to tie knots, up to 8 different kinds. A single male can build up to 50 nests in a breeding season. Notorious perfectionists, a male will abandon one if it's not up to snuff. Each round basket is very light. This allows weavers to build their nests at the end of spindly wind-blown branches, where predators can't reach. But the nest still has to be sturdy enough to endure heavy rains and wind. When it's completed, a female will test the nest before she commits to choosing its builder as her mate. She'll tug at knots before inspecting the soundness of the inside. If it's not chosen by a female within a few days, he'll destroy the nest. Only fresh builds will do. Clearly, this nest passed muster. Nestled safely inside, 2 hungry chicks will stay here for the first few weeks of their lives. Some weaver nests are so tightly bound they can be used to carry water. A true engineering marvel. So who is the winner in the final round of competing superpowers? Is it the tiny termites, constructing earthen mounds so sturdy they can last hundreds of years? Or the beavers, altering the flow of water with their impenetrable dams? Or the weaver bird, who can tie nature in knots? The title of Master Builder goes to the lowly termite. Their impressive, air-conditioned homes will stand the test of time long after the others have gone. With a broad lineup of contestants, it wasn't always the favorite who took the prize. From bone-crushing crocodiles to lizards that walk on water, the animal kingdom contains a dazzling array of amazing superpowers. Through millions of years of evolution, these creatures have developed extraordinary abilities to help them survive. These special skills allow them to elude their predators, capture their prey, and even change the world around them. They truly are the superheroes of the animal kingdom.
Hey Love Nature fans, be sure to like and subscribe to catch all our wild animal stories. Get closer to nature right here on YouTube.